Maybe you didn't qualify for FUT Champions, and maybe you didn't even try. But that doesn't mean that throughout the weekend we can't be making absolute bank off the people who are throwing their controller off the wall and banging on their desk, sweating it out for a 12-8 finish, while we're making more coins than them just by flipping cards in the transfer market. Let's hop into it. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Trading to Glory episode. Today, we're going to be talking about how to trade during Weekend League, how it's going to affect the market with all of the rewards, and we're also going to be talking about our fluctuation trading throughout Weekend League while everybody's buying cards, trying to play the best possible FIFA that they possibly can, picking up the best cards that they can possibly afford, and then maybe dumping them off after the weekend is over. Nonetheless, we're going to be covering everything that you need to know for FUT Champs and how to make coins during it. So let's hop right into it, guys. Let's start this episode off by talking about what we're doing before FUT Champs even starts. And in fact, we've seen quite a bit of a drop in price on early Thursday from Division Rival rewards. Now, the rival rewards themselves didn't bring the market down, although it did bring a little bit more supply. The true drop in the market came from people selling before rival rewards even came out. It's the Black Friday effect. It's the, oh, there's going to be a market crash, so I have to prepare now by selling my cards, which actually creates the biggest drop. Anyways, I went out and I thought, let's go ahead and combine what I think is the best three aspects of investing for a card and going in on a card that gets good complement links, that's currently hyped up, and that's meta. And I think that Al-Jabir kind of hits all of those boxes. He's complementary linked to the Anderson Talisca, which is in SBCs for another 24 hours. And then on top of that, he is good enough to be meta, but he didn't get the links without him. And on top of that, he's a new Heroes card. Everybody wants to try out the Heroes cards. So if you've seen the last couple of episodes, you'll know we've been trading with Al-Jabir for 2 days now, and it's been working very well. And I've kind of stuck with him because I've started to really understand his trends, his heights, his drops, when to buy, when to sell, and I've continually traded with his fluctuation. And what I mean by that is I've picked up some Al-Jabirs for a decent price every couple hours when he goes down. Like, as you guys can see, I got this one for 110, this one for 107, the one I just sold for 119, I got for 100 flat. I actually just sold one for 123,000 that I got for 98K. Now, I'm definitely getting few of them for, some snipes and some undercuts, but you wait until he drops down in price before you sell. So right now, I've got a couple of them right there that I'm ready to sell, but currently his price isn't particularly high. We'll take a look at him right now. And guys, this is just an example. You can use this for basically any card that is hyped up in the game at any point. So find a card that you're familiar with already, or get familiar with a new card, try to understand its high points and its low points, and start trading with it. One of my favorite gold cards to do that with has been Joshua Kimmich. He really fluctuates up and down quite a bit, and I try to stay more so away from some of the strikers that have been really dropping in price a ton, which Haaland is one of those. Erling Haaland has dropped over 7,000 coins every single day for the last week and a half. Consistently, he continues to drop. So you don't want to be trading with a card that's only dropping and dropping and dropping, because then you're trying to find that point right here and then sell at that point there, and it's very difficult to do so, and it's just not efficient to do so. It really realistically ends up losing you more coins than it ends up making you. So right now, Kimmich is at 56K. It's not terribly low. It's definitely not high for his price, but I would like to get him for like a 51 or a 52, and then I'll sell him on for like 62,000 coins, because I know at some points in the night, he rises up to about 60,000 coins. And that's how you fluctuation trade. You don't have to hold on to an investment for days or weeks. You can literally just sell that card quickly, maybe even immediately relist it for the price you want to sell it for, and sometimes they'll sell within the hour. Al-Jabir has been a card that's fluctuated between the price of about 107,000 coins and 125 throughout today. Yesterday, he was fluctuating between 130 and 110. So I have understood and I've memorized kind of what price is the target, what price is the sell, and then what do we want to get in return. So right now, the Al-Jabir has quite a few cards on the market. And there's one for 110 right there, which is actually not a bad deal. If you think about it, if you sell this card for 120,000 coins, which is basically what it's selling for right now, you're going to get 6K tax, which means that you make 4,000 coins on this card right here if I sold for 120K, which I'm pretty confident that I can do. So I might pick one up, or I can wait and see if there's another card that gets undercut on that 110 and see if I can't get an even better deal on it to cover that tax for me. This is how I got the card that was 98,000 coins. Well, I let the card that was at 108 get just sit on the market for a minute at 108,000 for Al Jaber. So I let it sit there. And I waited, and then one more pick popped up for 106. Then there was a 105, and then there was a 98. And I picked up the one for 98. Soon enough, the 105, 106, and 108 got bought. He rose all the way back up to about 125 at one point, and I sold him for 123. So it was a very easy flip, and it was quick as well. So this Al Jaber here for 110,000 coins, it's not terribly difficult to get these cards. You can see it's been on the market for 3 minutes, but there's no issue at all with flipping it because he's not that common of a card. If you take a look at how many cards for Al Jaber are less than 130,000 coins, I mean, it's less than 2 pages, which means that if only 5 to 10 people wanted an Al Jaber in the next couple of minutes, and when you think about how many people play FIFA on the PlayStation market, that's not terribly insane for 10 people to want to go get an Al Jaber this hour. And that would shoot his price up to 125 temporarily, and then we can wait for it to go back down. And that's how we fluctuate trade going into Weekend League. What a lot of people don't actually know about FUT Champions this year is you get your rewards right after you finish your games. In theory, I could go out and speedrun, quit all 20 games, get the first rewards on FIFA 22 ever. I'd get those player picks immediately afterwards, which is great. And those player picks, you've got to remember, are untradeable packs, while the rest of these are tradable. If you go on to win 12 of your matches of the 20 and you go 12-8, well, you get 3 player picks, 1 of 5 choices, which you're bound to get something decent out of that, even on a crappy Team of the Week like this one. And you'd also get a premium Team of the Week pack, a 100K pack, a mega pack, 60,000 coins. There's some pretty saucy rewards for some of the better players in FUT Champs this year. But let's go back to talking about how everybody gets player picks, even if you end up going 0-8. And don't even play the rest of the 12 games and don't even quit out of them, you still get a player pick. You could win 2 matches and leave the rest of the 18. You still get a player pick, which is going to give you 1 of the Team of the Week cards, and for most people, 2 of the Team of the Week cards, and for the best people, 3 of the Team of the Week cards untradeable. So let's go ahead and take a look at our current Team of the Week and see what cards people are going to be getting most often as a untradeable card. For some of these guys, you're going to be looking at players trying to force them into their team and building around them. Heung-min Son is a card that's too good to leave out of your team, so you've got to figure out how to put that in your squad and make sure that it gets chemistry. So you're going to be looking for links with Heung-min Son. Nothing immediately comes to mind for me, although I think possibly the hero cards from Premier League could be a shout. You've got to think the players that get Heung-min Son are going to most likely be the ones who get those 3 player picks and 5 choices, and when they get the Heung-min Son, they're going to have the coins to go out and maybe buy yourself a hero card striker from the Prem or a hero card midfielder from the Prem. And we'll take a look at some of those here in a minute. But as we get to the top, we also have Luis Suarez. That's a pretty decent card. I could see some people building around Luis Suarez, although the downside to him is 73 pace, of course. So that's not as really usable, and he's also very high rated just like Son, so it's not going to pop up in as many packs as the likes of Tonali. Tonali is going to be in a ton of the player picks because he's only 81 rated, and that card is quite good. The immediate link that I think of when it comes to Tonali is that Inform Barella from last week. And he's already been going up in price a decent bit, so you're not going to get the best deal on him, but I could see him continuing to rise because people are going to get this Tonali and try to link him to other Serie A players that get green links. You could also maybe see a lot of people go out and do the Koulibaly squad building challenge to get a weak link there, and then maybe build off of it from there. The next card is Anderson Talisca. Now, we've already seen his squad building challenge and how it has an effect on that Al Jabir price. Maybe if more people get the Anderson Talisca out of squad building challenge, or not squad building challenges, out of the player picks as an untradeable, we're going to see maybe some more people buy the Al Jabir, which is going to make his card go up a little bit more in price. Briel Mbolo. It's not a terrible card. It's definitely usable. Maybe people build around him. Try to think of some links to some of these guys. However, if you're looking at Theate, a center back, he's not the worst 77 rated card, but nobody's going out of their way to build around him in a team. The only people that might put him in a squad is if he just fits right in and there's no hassle. Nobody's going to be like, wow, I just got Theate in one of my player picks. I'm definitely building around him. Nobody says that, okay? So same thing for Evans, same thing for Kara, same thing for White and Cisse. Although Cisse is silver, so he can be used in the silver stars. So that's a completely different conversation. So you get what I'm saying. Those are the cards that, yes, there are links to those cards, but nobody uses them. Nobody is going to be playing with Azpilicueta at right back especially. He's got 70 pace. If you get him as a player pick, he is purely squad building challenge fodder. While if you get Phil Foden, Luis Suarez, Youngmin Son, Anderson Talisca, Tonali, maybe even Vendel, this card right here, if people choose it, they might link him to the Luis Diaz in form from 2 weeks ago. The Luis Diaz, who's only 13K, could end up going up in price quite a bit because of that strong link between the Porto players on the left side of the pitch. I could definitely see that happening. In fact, we actually used these two in our best possible 100K team the other day. So it's definitely possible that that link, in fact, makes a difference. And another one is Chomeni. Didn't pronounce that right, no shot, but not a terrible card. So you got to think for yourself and try to find some links, and that's one way that you can make profit going out of the weekend. Go ahead and wait until people get their player picks and make profit off the complimentary links. Before we hop into the next part of the video, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for the overwhelming support you guys have shown in the last couple of weeks. What a lot of you don't know is a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now, I got hacked on Christmas. My YouTube channel had thousands of videos uploaded to it. It got terminated. I lost the channel for 3 months. By the time I got it back, I had lost 25% of my subscribers and all of the momentum that we had going. It was devastating, and it was very hard to continue making videos, seeing everything that you made torn down. But I grinded for a year and a half, and in the last couple of weeks, I'm starting to see where we were before I got hacked, and it is amazing. And I cannot thank you enough for all of you guys that decided to click on my video and give me a chance. It means the world to me. But enough of that sappy stuff. Let's hop into the FUTbin Index. The FUTbin Index is a really good resource for you guys to use to monitor the overall price of the market. And you can actually get a little bit more specific if you wanted to check out the index for just 83 rated cards or just 86 rated cards or just special cards, just ones to watch cards. You can see the market index for all of those. But we'll take a look at the overall market right now. And you can see over the course of the day, as we got towards noon Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. UK, kind of hit a peak. That was from the division rival rewards and all of the buying power that came with that. But then it hit 6 p.m. right there. It hit 6 p.m. UK. And that's when marquee matchups dropped and a couple other SBCs. And we saw a pretty quick and significant drop in the market, which is consistent to what we saw in last week's Thursday marquee matchups drop. The market takes a hit every Thursday at 6 p.m. So remember that. But as we saw throughout the day, it recovered as we went into Weekend League. The Weekend League ended up showing a lot of demand for these cards to go back up in price, and we're up to almost 73, which is what it was on average beforehand. Now, if you take a look at the daily graph last week, well, it didn't recover. We didn't see that recovery in price because there was no demand for Weekend League. That supply hit, and the market just tanked for the next 2 days. It really didn't recover, and we saw a market crash, and you guys probably watched maybe a video last week where the title was about a market crash. But then on Monday, and especially Tuesday, we saw the market recover. So if you picked up during the weekend, you probably should have sold on Tuesday. And if you do the same this weekend, I'm expecting, with all the buying power that comes from the weekend league rewards, although there will be supply throughout the weekend, that's going to give an opportunity to buy. Everybody's going to have the rewards open by Sunday, and then the market should rise on Monday and Tuesday again. So Tuesday, it's looking like a pretty good time to sell. Here's the squad I'm going to be using in Weekend League. I know I need to upgrade a couple of spots. Let me know what you think I should upgrade first. Maybe the Veritout at left center defensive mid. Milinkovic-Savic has been awesome for me. He's got 17 goals and 13 assists. He scores off headers a lot. He is 6'3". And Koulibaly has been unbelievable, so I've got to upgrade that to his SBC eventually. But let me know what you would change out of this team. I know I'm very, very stingy with what I put in my team. I don't spend very many coins on it. I mean, this team is worth like, what, 70,000 coins, if that. So it's definitely a cheaper squad, but I like it, and I don't want to spend too much on my team. But let me know what you would upgrade down below, guys, and thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to slap a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And on top of that, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, as always, in every Trading to Glory episode, it is tradition. I give you a word to comment down below to prove that you made it to the end of the video. And today's word is asparagus. I don't know if asparagus has an emoji, but if it does, you can comment that down below as well, and I will be sure to find your comment and I will heart it because I appreciate you making it to the end of my videos. But that's going to be it from me today. I'll see you guys again in tomorrow's Trading to Glory episode. Peace out.